Just a while ago, one of our sisters put into the group chat an image of all of the nails that she had meticulously pulled out of old pieces of wood, one by one, so that the wood could be used again for the construction of a shed in our backyard. It was an image of patience, an image of persistence. It speaks to us of how we understand persistence. The plodding along, the idea and understanding that there is something greater that we are working for and that we have to do the hard and consistent work continuously in order to get there. Our readings today speak of this understanding of persistence, and yet they also add an added dimension to how we usually understand perseverance and persistence. I would say that we could speak here of the presence of a call to a resistant hope, to holding the tension, that's a necessary and present element in our understanding of perseverance and to being persistent in prayer. Any form of hope must include a communal dimension. It's a hope not just for myself and what I can do, a hope that comes from my own strength. It is a hope that necessarily includes the community. And this is present as Moses holds up his hands for the good of the Israelite army, countering the forces of evil from Amalek's forces. That is, the Israelites had just complained about not having food, and they were given manna from heaven. Then they had complained that there was no water to drink, and so God poured forth water from a rock. And here they are, fighting against a communal hopelessness. Moses keeps his arms outstretched, with his own arms being supported by Aaron and Hur. The communal presence is necessary to continue a communal hope. And there is resistance against any kind of hopelessness. It's interesting then in our gospel reading that when Jesus speaks about the need to be persistent in prayer, that he doesn't pull out the example of Moses, but rather he turns to the widow, a poor widow who has not actually seen manna falling from heaven, a poor widow who has not witnessed water being poured forth from a rock, and a poor widow who is not watching the Israelite forces defeat the great forces of Amalek's army. A poor widow, rather, who desires that justice be done for her in her daily life and the smallness of the life. And this is the example that Jesus pulls out. And here too, we experience in the daily, and maybe something that relates a lot more to us and to the people that we know and love. Speaking here of this need for this continual persistence and resistant hope. Because this poor widow must resist three things. She has to resist the self-doubt that must be a tempting presence. The sense that I am nobody, that no one will ever listen to me, that I should just make do with what I have, that justice could never be done for me. She has to resist that self-doubt, that sense of worthlessness, to be able to continue in that persistent hope that there is justice to be done. She must also resist the tempting thoughts that nothing can change, that the heart of the judge could never be changed, that the poor will never be listened to, that justice will never actually be done. And this is indeed a very tempting thought that must be resisted, because there must be a sense of hope that something can change, that the heart of this judge could somehow be touched, possibly, that things can look different. She had to be persistent in this. The poor widow also, I think, speaks to us about the need to hold out that resistant hope against placing God in any form of a box that would be far too small for our God. Any form of that box that sees God as the fixer of problems, the one to fix things simply. Because we would have to resist that, because that indeed would be a small God. Resisting that looks like holding out hope in the one who first breathed out resistant hope, the one who knows our struggles and has shared in them, the one who sees the small, the one who sees the broken and is there and holding out a resistant hope, entering into those spaces as well. For hope indeed is a great thing. Hope indeed is something to live into, sometimes requiring persistence and maybe that resistant hope. Because as Scripture promises us, hope indeed does not disappoint.